There was a study done on 500 patients with the flu comparing Echinacea to the drug Tamiflu. And Tamiflu is mainly for influenza, the flu, and many times they give it to a patient if you're exposed to the virus, yet you haven't had the symptoms yet. And this is what they found. Echinacea had the same efficacy as Tamiflu in decreasing the symptoms of the flu with reduced risk of the complications. In other words, they found that Echinacea had less side effects. Surprise! Now, what are the side effects of Tamiflu? We have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, dizziness, headaches, nosebleeds, insomnia, respiratory problems, and the flu. And I just want to mention before trying any of these natural recommendations, check with your doctor first. But how does Echinacea function? Well, it has antiviral effects. It even improves cold symptoms like sneezing and sinus pressure. It has anti-inflammatory effects, very, very powerful ones if you're using the roots. It has some anti-migraine effects, and it actually enhances the immune system directly by increasing monocytes. Monocytes are baby macrophages, which act very similar to that computer game Pac-Man, where they go around and they just eat up things. So monocytes turn into phagocytes, which basically eat pathogens. Now, Echinacea also can stimulate neutrophils. Now, neutrophils are usually seen in the acute phase, where you have a lot of inflammation in the first part of the infection. And neutrophils mainly do three things. They can eat pathogens, number one. Number two, they release little chemicals that kill pathogens, like antimicrobials. And number three, they throw this little net over the pathogen to encapsulate it and trap it. And there's certain chemicals in there that they can then dissolve the pathogen. Quite interesting. And lastly, Echinacea can stimulate your natural killer cells, which mainly do two things. One is they kill viruses. Number two, they kill cancer. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto and Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book
and this updated one right here, if you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.